What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the Fishreel, hosted by none other than your boy, the Fish Flicks. And today we have another special guest for a great conversation. And man, this lady, man, what is there not to say about her, man? Let me break it down to you. She is a civil and environmental engineer by trade. She is also a fellow cinephile, but also along with that, she is a fellow screenwriter and producer of many projects along the way. Not only that, she is the founder of What We Watch, and they are an organization dedicated to independent filmmakers, and they build out community, and they also ensure their vision is fulfilled and a great success. Some of you may know her as Miss Peacherino, but her name is the one and only Miss Monique Henry. How we feeling today, Miss Monique?
Do I get applause? Woo!
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, you
feeling
got it.
great. I'm very excited to do this with you today. Very
Yeah,
excited.
yeah, because we run into each other like a couple times, whether it be ABFF, and then I think I just found you like via social media when that time was getting ready, and then I ran into you at the what's the name, Summerfest at the Summer League, and then I checked you out at your film festival and wanted to give you a
We are film festival, like, that's how you know we for real.
yeah,
We
it was locked in, so it was
including mine.
yeah, it was inevitable for us to have this conversation, so we finally have this time, man. I just want to make sure I give you your flowers, man. First off, when I went to your festival, man, it was so great. I loved it so very much. It was such a great vibe. We loved how you were able to empower the independent filmmaking, and you did a great job moderating, and was great overall, man. So just make sure I give you your flowers right here and right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's an honor to do what I do, and I'm very blessed, so thank you.
Absolutely, man. So let's dive right into it, man. Let's dive right back
Get
to
it.
your background. 'Cause you are a civil and environmental engineer by trade, and then I do remember at the festival you said you did. It was something within you that just made you decide like you wanted to pursue filmmaking. So I want to ask, what initially led you down that path of being a civil and environmental engineer by trade, and then what was it that just made you want to pivot into filmmaking?
You know, the people close to me Queston, correct?
Yes.
The people close to me insist that I talk about that part of my life.
Hmm.
And, being a creative, being a cinephile, being an entrepreneur, producer, writer, all of the things. I've always wanted to divorce myself from that part. I'm like, no,
Hmm.
that's a different part of my life.
Yeah.
But I think as you continue on your journey, even though it's a different part of my life, it's still a part of my life. I decided to become a civil engineer at 16 ages ago because of my family. I wanted to be an architect initially.
Mhm,
And they were like, well, that doesn't really, I did love drawing floor plans and things like that. So maybe
mhm.
my creativity was always there. I used to write stories as a child, but they were like, no, civil engineer, you get to take that and build it and make it a reality. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. And I did that for 12, 13 years. Gosh, I'm aging myself. 26, guys. I did that for 12 or 13 years and I just wasn't fulfilled, Queston. I just wasn't fulfilled. I was like, this is not feeding my soul. It
Mhm,
felt like I was doing what other people told me to do and what was right. And then I flew halfway across the country because I was in Dallas at the time. I came to the West Coast
mhm.
and I watched Parasite 2019.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you know me and you don't know this, like, it's ridiculous. Everyone knows this about me. Parasite 2019 is my favorite movie, and I watched it in there with the most diverse group of people. And, it's a South Korean subbed film.
Mhm.
And I walked out immediately. We were all jaws on the floor. We couldn't believe the masterpiece that we just saw. And I turned to my friend and I said, hey, this is going to win Best Picture. I don't even care what we got going on. I mean, it was the first international film to win Best Picture, made history. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to impact people in this way.
Yeah, so you saying Parasite is essentially your favorite film of all time? Or
Yes, today, yes. I mean, favorites, people insist on asking that. Uh, as a creator, as a lover, as a filmmaker myself, it's very hard for me to pick favorites.
agree?
I mean, I guess it's hard. It changes every time. But Parasite is a mainstay on my list for sure. Yeah, I think it is my favorite because of the impact it had on my life.
Yeah.
I decided to do after I watched that movie. I mean, no other movie has done that, so that'll never change.
Yeah, I have great memories that year when Parasite came out because that was my time. I was an undergrad at UNLV, and that movie just touched so many people. Even when we was having our little Oscar party at the time, and Parasite was just it was that one, like, it just affected so many
Yeah,
people, and you just seen the vision, like, "Oh, yeah, this is the one this year." So what
yeah, man.
exactly, like, when watching Parasite, like, what was it about the movie that just made you decide, like, "Yeah, I want to go pursue filmmaking," like, whether it was from a technical perspective or a storytelling aspect, like, what was it about that?
Well, most specifically, the storytelling, but I think to answer your question about what made me want to do it, because I've seen great movies all of my life. I love movies. This one had a special because it was so unique, right? I mean,
Mhm.
Parasite broke records and he made history from being, it's how difficult is it for us to enjoy a story not told in our language that we understand and still be completely in awe. And then I look around the room and everyone else is also completely in awe. And we're all from different backgrounds. We're all from different, places around the world. And it was just this really intimate theater, maybe 200 of us. It was a theater that only had one screen. Old school is really, really nice. And I was like, wow, imagine being able to make a movie and impact this many people and they don't even speak your language. Film is its own language and we can understand it as long as the storytelling is, we can relate to it, and I fell in love.
Yeah. Especially with a movie like Parasite and then how much traction it did get along the way, man. Because just overall from, like, an audience perspective, for American audiences, it's hard to get a lot of them to actually want to sit there and watch a fully subbed film. Because a lot of people, they
Subtitle
really
film,
prefer
yeah.
just the straight English dub movies, but it was just something about Parasite, like you said, the story to where it just kept you just gripped to the edge of your seat of what's going on along the way to where I feel like a lot of audiences were wanting to follow along and understand what they were saying, despite the fact that it was in subs in that language. So it's really nice to hear Parasite really touch you in that way, Meg.
Forever, forever. You can't have a conversation with me about me talking without me talking about it or where I am or how I became this human being in LA. It's no lie, no gas. I mean, we were all fully engaged, and it's not a short movie, it's not a short film. We were all fully engaged. Not one moment were we not like, what is going to happen next? Just I
Yes.
love that movie.
So yeah, like when it won that best picture, I just the whole audience erupted where we was watching the Oscar party.
Already knew it. There was just no other way.
Yeah, so
The other best pictures were really great that year too, but, it's just
yeah, so like let
yeah.
me ask then, so since it was Parasite, did that make you essentially become a bigger Bong Joon-ho fan? Were you aware of him and his films beforehand, or what was that like for you?
Thank you so much for asking that. I was aware of Bong Joon-ho, if I remember correctly. Snowpiercer had come out prior to that,
With Chris Evans.
right?
That
Did
was like I
Snowpiercer
want to
come
say like 2013 or something along those lines, 2014.
Snowpiercer with Chris Evans?
Yeah, I know exactly
That
which
was
one you're talking about.
2014?
Yeah, something it was somewhere along the mid 2010s for sure. I know what you're talking about
Okay.
though.
I had been told to watch that so many times prior to Parasite, and so I watched it. And I didn't finish it during the pandemic, around the pandemic time. I didn't finish it. So I will say that Parasite was my intro to Bong Joon-ho, really, if I could give that. And thank you for asking that. It was beautiful because I went back and I watched everything he did.
Mhm.
And if I can say anything, that is one of the things that I wish people did more. If you hear a song by no, no, I like Doja Cat. Doja Cat, you wanna go listen to all of her other music, and
Mhm.
we don't do that for filmmakers, and I think it's very important that we do that for filmmakers. If you like this movie, you'll probably like their other catalogs. The directors have their entire, niche, their stamp on every bit of work that they do. So, yeah, I went back and I watched Okja and, all of them, all of the Bong Joon-ho's. His most recent, which everybody slept on, also amazing. Very, very different, but
Yeah,
I
Mickey
enjoyed Mickey.
17. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Mickey 17 as well, and it's like you said, just wanting to go and explore, other filmmakers and his work, and especially somebody like Bong Joon-ho, who was essentially an auteur, so when you watch the film of his, you're watching that's exactly his movie. So, yeah, I kinda relate 'cause it's funny enough, his a movie of his that came out that same year, I kinda went along those lines with Taika Waititi because he dropped Jojo Rabbit that year, and so I was going back and exploring like his past projects. Of course, he had Thor Ragnarok, but a lot of people don't know about What We Do in the Shadows. And that
Yep.
movie was so
Oh,
good.
so good.
So
a
good.
sketch
Yeah, we
book.
actually hosted a screening of that at UNLV at that time, and just being able to explore and understand like their artists' perspective and their projects. It's just so amazing to see. So, like you said, we recommend you whenever you like find a film that you fall in love with, really go out and explore that artist's work, whether it's their past work, even like their short film work back to their undergrad days.
My favorite, right? I mean, I wouldn't have a short film festival if I didn't, know and honor that. So absolutely, thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Most of us started off, writing horror and short films, and, those are the ones that people never see. And then but enough people see them, and then we're able to make our features, so it's really nice.
Absolutely, it is really nice. So, since we're already talking about film, man, so I want to ask you, what is it about film exactly that you love so much?
What is it about film that the shorter answer is what I don't love about film. It's the industry part of it that kind of, man, I just again, I love the way it impacts and brings our community together. It's why I built what we watch. Jojo Rabbit, Taika Waititi, I love him. Love his work. Probably his biggest fan. Every time I have a conversation about Taika, people don't really know. They know Thor Ragnarok and then, and
Hmm.
they had a problem with everything else. But at the end of Jojo Rabbit, there's a poem, Rainier Maria Rilke, and he quotes, here's an excerpt of a poem, and Taika quotes this amazing poet. And I was just sobbing after the movie because it was during the pandemic, really emotional, odd,
Hmm.
difficult times, time for everyone. And I was like, this is the power of film. Like it's healing.
Hmm.
It brings us closer together. There's a story that was not made with any of us in mind,
Yeah.
and yet still we see ourselves in it. Like, how could we not adore that?
Hmm.
How can you not see the impact and the power of filmmaking? It has influenced so much of our culture, so much of who we claim to be. It's part of our personalities. We quote them all the time. We create friendships, relationships. You can think of a movie and it'll remind you of time with your family or your friends, or, it makes you laugh, it makes you cry. I mean, how can you not love it? I think, I say this all the time, but all roads lead to film. You can be a 50-year-old filmmaker, you can't be a 50-year-old, NBA player.
Exactly.
So athleticism will fade, all of that will fade, beauty can fade, but there's always room in film, and I think that's powerful.
Wow. That was really powerful. That was really powerful. Like you said, you said, because it's like,
I
it's
mean,
the
I do this. It's my heart and soul, really.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it because I agree, man. It's my entire livelihood. Just the magic of filmmaking, man. Whether it's you wanting just a certain scene you want to go back and rewatch over and over again, or a certain film, and like how it introduces you to other people, and then you build out that community and be able to talk amongst one another. Even with films like you could say we disagree about, it constantly builds out community and conversation and just flowing
Yes.
and understanding differing views. And like you said, you could be a 50-year-old filmmaker. And speaking of that, it's something like that Harrison Ford said that I remember a quote. He said why he would never retire because he's like, because you're always going to need older veteran actors, no matter the age. So
Doesn't
it's like,
matter.
it's some form of storytelling no matter what age range demographic, and it's just the beauty of how it just all brings us all together, and I really love that. And I really see that you do that with what we watch, and I really admire that, especially when we is partaking in the in your Wednesday shows that you would do on X. Like, so how is that like? What was it to where you just decided like, you know what, I want to build out more of a community with film? How did that come to your mind, and what was it that made you want to bring that together?
Man, so pandemic, right? A lot of us have this, start in the pandemic
Mhm.
where, you just kinda you hit a dead end, or you're in a dark corner and you're like, and I'm smiling while I say it 'cause I can now. But I was really in a really, really bad place. But I think it ended up being the greatest place for me to be because what I built from it. So shout out to dark places.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid of them, face them. But
Heck yeah.
I I realized that so many of us were talking online about the different shows that we were watching. What the fuck else can you do
Mhm.
when you're stuck in the house? And I was like, why don't we stop just like tweeting at each other, right? Why don't
Mhm.
we just stop? And then Clubhouse came along. I was like, brilliant. Shout out to Clubhouse, man. Clubhouse is where What We Watch began, and it was my first confirmation and affirmation that I can be whoever I wanna be, and I was able to do it through Clubhouse. I had Ava DuVernay, I had my producer now, I met so many actors and filmmakers that I work to today that attend my film festival today. Um, I'm big on not just creating connections, but maintaining relationships and building them, and man, so Clubhouse was a vessel for that. And yeah, I wanna say it was The Undoing with Nicole Kidman, or I was watching Harley Quinn animated series. There
Interesting
was another
choices.
show, Watchmen, that came out during the pandemic, with Regina King and Yaya,
Hmm.
right? And so all of these and I'm like, "Man, wait, these are" I need to talk to someone about this. I have to. But I mean, are y'all seeing this shit? Like, this is great. And so, yeah, I just created, rooms and whatever Clubhouse had at the time. And I would get, TV writers, filmmakers, producers, actors, everybody just join to talk about these things that we love. And there was just kind of no structure around it outside of, hey, we're about to watch this together. Let's see. Excuse me. Let's see what's going on. And that's how What We Watch was born. I was sad and alone and isolated. And I found that the only thing that brought me joy was like, did you just see what happened in episode 3 of Watchmen? So yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, we're glad you came out of that dark place. So, like you said, shout out to dark places if you face them.
Yeah, man.
Because look at you, you came out absolutely glowing, and you got everything flowing now with what we watch, man. And I really do.
Yeah, okay.
I love partaking in that, man. I love it. I love it. So let me ask: so, what are your ultimate goals and aspirations for the future of what we watch? Should you feel?
Ultimate goals of What We Watch. It's a lot. Man, I'm traveling the world. I'm, funding $1,000,000 projects for marginalized independent filmmakers. We've got our What We Watch app. Did you see my intro on the app?
Oh, no.
I debuted it at the film festivals, some demos and stuff. I think this app, Clubhouse couldn't sustain the growth for me.
Mhm.
There's just, and so I said, well, I'll create my own. And, as a Black Latina, I think that's kind of always how I've felt. I felt like I've had to just create my own for us.
Mhm.
And so I created the What We Watch app, and that'll be I know that'll be, paramount in maintaining this community and making people realize how powerful word of mouth is. You'll talk to anybody, I was, talking to Omar Miller that was in Sinners, right?
Mhm.
He's a fucking actor, and he's in
Amazing.
one of the best movies of all time. And he said, "We got Sinners to be as big because people talked about it."
Mhm.
That's what he said. Not money, not we got the he was like, "Because people that look like me and you talked about it." And I was like, "Well, cool. That's my, entire platform is What We Watch." And I mean, but I was in the middle of talking and he pulled it up in the middle of it, our conversation, and found my website. I was like, "This is it. I can't wait to check out the platform." Because that's truly what it is. And so I don't want it to ever be lost on us that me and you having this conversation, all of us having these conversations about movies is what makes it possible to continue to enjoy what we watch on screen.
That's amazing. That's amazing to hear. I'm definitely going to be making some pitches to what we watch. Absolutely. And also we are definitely going to be plugging the app and the website. So be on the lookout. It's going to be in the bio. What we watch app, man, just debuted, man. Shout out to everybody on board. I'm loving it. I'm finna download it right after this interview. And man,
Not
that
available on iOS yet, but you can be on the list to be the first beta testers, VIP testers. It's gonna be great. You're on it, Quested. Just I'll put
oh,
your email near email. We'll get it. I'll send you the code.
good looking
Very
out. I appreciate you. But
day
man,
ones. It's so important because when it gets huge, you're not gonna be able to have the same kind of access. And so I love, kind of grandfathered in. I love it. I
I
love it
love
for
it.
us.
I love it, man. And your film festival, like we said, Scene on the Scene. Ooh, I like that title, man. It's special. Just scene on the scene. Like that's how
I
you
know it's
put you
like,
with the head like that.
what does she mean by that?
Like, what
I
is
mean,
it?
it's kind of just more of a slogan. I mean, it is the What We Watch festival, but yeah, I mean, it's Hollywood, right? And sometimes we reject that part of Hollywood. It's like being seen. I definitely do. I'd rather not be front facing. You heard it here first. However, Yeah, I know, I know. I'm really an artist. I just wanna make movies and help other people make movies. I don't wanna be a movie star. I want to make the movie stars. I want all of you get it. I just
Man,
wanna create. I know, I
you're
know.
already
No,
giving great screen presence just right here with this conversation. And you going in
thank
front
you.
of the camera. Listen, you
I
could be a
do it for
star.
y'all, I do it for y'all. But yeah, so Scene on the Scene basically is where I took my digital platform and what we watch, and I
Mhm.
said, "Well, we're not in a pandemic anymore. COVID is still here, but it's just not the same, right? Politics have lifted every single, restriction." So I was like, "Well, how do I bring it now? Because we don't wanna sit on the computer or our phones and talk as much anymore. We wanna be outside." And there's your film festival.
Yeah, it was that festival. Yeah, it was really amazing, man. It was nothing but great shorts, and you being able to give these filmmakers a platform to be able to put their art on display it was just amazing to see, man. I thoroughly enjoyed every single bit, and you made sure to take care of us as well. The snacks and the refreshments, so you thoroughly appreciate it, man.
You're welcome, yeah. Well, that
But you
huh?
say you like to build up the artist. So you know what is kind of given to me, what you're giving right now? I
What
said
is
this
it?
like a couple weeks back, even at the festival. It's giving studio head. Man, I think I see studio head in your
I'm
future.
trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Do you watch The Studio on Apple TV?
Goodness, I love that show.
I'm so glad. I was gonna be so sad if you said no. Yeah, it's giving that, but I appreciate it showing all the ugliness of that because
Hmm.
that is the part that we don't talk about until, you see the show. And, but I would love that is exactly and a Black Latina woman, right?
So you're
Like,
gonna be giving us all the green light for our projects for funding? All I need is like 20 mil for mine.
you. That's nothing.
My
I got
goodness.
you. Give me let's pitch, let's understand, let's make it make sense, let's make sure we're highlighting artists appropriately, giving people opportunities. I mean, because you see what happens.
Hmm.
I mean, all it is an original story, and those of us with an understanding of the challenging layers of life, I
Hmm.
think very well equipped to write stories because we have such a layered lens in
Hmm.
life. Not to say that the more privileged people don't, because I love so many privileged artists' work, but there's just something very special and deep about, when Black
Hmm.
and POC people create stories across the globe. It's like, damn, this was really fun and
Hmm.
exciting, weird and emotional in every single way. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And man, well, as you know, the festival continues to grow, man. Let me ask, what are some of like, what were some of the challenges that came with, building out a film festival? Because you're 3 years in, man. Like, so, like, I know it looks like a success, and it absolutely is. But we know, like, I know some challenges do just come with it. So, what are those challenges like with crafting it together?
Everything. Everything is a challenge. Every single thing is a challenge. I think while it's important, I think I'm in a really kind of unique place in my career and every vertical that I have, an app, a digital show, another digital show, series of movies and things that I'm writing, producing. Man, I do way too much. An entire film festival. Right. The film festival takes the most out of me. It breaks me down. It really does. It's very, very arduous. It's very, very difficult and challenging, but it is simultaneously the most fulfilling feeling afterwards, during and afterwards. It has the biggest impact, I think, in everything that I do, like real time impact. I've highlighted what, 20, 30 filmmakers now, some of which have never gotten a chance to show their movies. I'm gonna get emotional. Um,
Yes.
some that are on Oscar runs, some that are just so powerful and talented and have been in this industry for forever and are featured on Netflix, Hulu, HBO, all of the things. And our own people, don't know and don't continuously support. And I think it's the hardest thing I've done. And I will not stop doing it, even though it takes everything out of me. I mean, curating an event is a labor of love, but I do it for my community. And I do it because I know that how it feels to work hard and not be recognized. And not just work hard, but actually be fucking good at it, Be really good. almost great, and if I could just get the resources, I could be great. If I could just get the attention, I could be great and the support. And so, I got you. What we watch, God.
That's really amazing. That's really inspiring, man. Whew, man, you giving me some inspiration my damn self, man. God damn, that's exactly what I needed right there, man. It's just amazing hearing all this from you, man. You dropping some gems, man. You really inspiring people just from this, man. Man, oh my goodness, you're amazing, man. Look at you. You're doing wonderful. And it's funny, I really do, like I said, admire what you do. And something you posted, like I believe, yeah, it was both Instagram and maybe X for surely when you responded to what Giancarlo Esposito said at TIFF about the state of the industry and how it's the worst summer he's seen since 1981, and how you're actively that was part of inspiration for why you tried to build out what we watch and really push forward those original films and those stories, man. So let me ask you just what's your overall feelings on the state of the industry as a whole, and how do you feel it can be improved upon in your eyes?
I think recently, yeah, and I'm gonna post more specifically about that. Thank you. I'm gonna make sure it might go recorded right after this. Post very specifically about that, in like a sequence on IG with the Giancarlo Esposito video. But what I said online was that I've noticed that this was happening 5 years ago. I mean, if we're in the pandemic and, people are sitting at home and we still can't get funded, I mean, there's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. You see the beautiful Black films you have in the background. When I say Black films, I mean Black directed or, Black actors, all of it. But I saw recently, and everyone knows this, or should know this, and progress is a very interesting word.
Hmm.
He's made progress. Well, sure, but what did he say? You stick a knife 9 inches into my back and you pull it out 3 inches. That's not progress,
Hmm.
right? If you pull it out another few inches, it's not progress. Progress is number one, you taking it completely out and healing the wound and never stabbing me in the back again.
Hmm.
Right. And I think that is where we are in this industry. They're taking the knife out a little bit,
Hmm.
but you stabbed us and you continue to stab us and you continue to, silence and you continue to try to do this in continuous formula of remixing things that happened in 2008 and 9 and 3 and 4 and you're just repeating the same cycles and you're not learning that we're not here for that anymore.
Hmm.
That's not cool. And it's not to create a further imbalance or divide, but it's like, you have to understand what people want to see and who's really dedicated to, supporting filmmakers and artists independent of just creating stars. It's primitive way to look at this industry and treat audiences like that. And that's why, at a time, during the pandemic, it was like theaters are dying. I never felt that theaters are dying. I genuinely believe theaters will never die because it is an unparalleled feeling, like Ryan Coogler said, to go to the theater with your family, with your friends, and enjoy a movie. And so, yeah, I think the industry is in a dark place. But what did I say about dark places?
Gotta face them on. And yeah,
And
like you said, with the industry, it's like it definitely seems like, and it's said by multiple different actors and filmmakers along the way, it's pretty much a more so an IP driven industry now. And even something along the lines I've seen Seth Rogen say, you know, when it comes to a movie like Superbad, that movie got made because, people believed in the vision at that time. And like he said, like now at this stage in the game that you essentially have to have everything together, whether it's the cast, the screenplay, cinematographer, and then make the pitch. It's like, it seems like studios are not like fully interested in the vision and want to fully invest it. Like you have to have some type of IP or have everything good to go, like, cause it's all about the ROIs and what's going to happen at the box office. And like you said, we're definitely starting to see a bit of a shift and a little bit of shift in the tide because, people genuinely
tiny bit.
want those original films. They want to see these stories be made. So yeah, like you said, it's like it's slowly starting to shift, slowly but surely, like a little bit. And I think too, what hurts is that It's that some of these budgets on these projects, I feel, is what's really hurting them. Is that they're really looking for the big budgets, like what's going to be the return on investment, and so we're starting to see that shift as well. And like dating back to American Fiction, the screenwriter, when he said like, how about we start to fund more of these $20 million projects and not just all these these $200 million
20
projects.
million instead of 100 million. We'll
Exactly.
try that.
Exactly. We want more of the American fiction. So you think like more of the audience is like they're craving more original stories, or like how do you feel from like an audience perspective, like on the state of the industry and what the audience is looking for in the film?
What we watch has a finger on the pulse of this industry, and my film festival is a testament to that. There is not one human being that attends my festival and isn't completely inspired and in awe what people are doing with $3 to $50,000 budgets. That's it. That's all we got. And I mean, you are in there and you enjoyed those movies, didn't you? Like, imagine if they got 1 million, 3 million, 8 million. What our brains and our hands and our community could do. And so I know, because of the network and the community that I've created, that we've created, I know that we know ball. We know what we're doing and we can make a shift. And Sinners, man, I mean, I sat and prayed after Sinners. I was like, see, it's Ryan frickin' Coogler, right? Like, he's already stamped. Y'all should never even had no questions for that man. The fact that y'all even had questions for him is crazy. Look at his track record. But if they can ask Ryan Coogler some questions, imagine what they'll ask those of us that haven't been in the industry for 15 years, that haven't been making movies for 15, 20 years, and just adding on to IP and all of this. The Barry Jenkins of the world, the Ava DuVernays, the Spike Lees, the Ryan Coog, the Regina Kings. I mean, we here. And we're not going anywhere. And I think that that's what gives me hope. And I see in my community and what we watch that we're not going anywhere. So
Absolutely not.
good luck to
Absolutely
everyone
not.
involved. You should
Yes.
invest it because we show up for each other. I just recently watched, shout out to Rachel Abigail Holder, Love Brooklyn.
Yes. I checked that out at ABFF.
And Sterling K. Brown moderated a panel. It's frickin' Sterling K. Brown. You just mentioned American Fiction. It's frickin' Sterling K. Brown. And man, he's there. And I have a great interview with him coming out. You heard it here first. But, he was just talking about, man, it's just community. It's just talking about the movies. And Love Brooklyn, doesn't have a national release yet. Why? I don't know. Cowards. And I think it's important when we say studios, it seems like this is a huge dark shadow like realm. There are people that are making these decisions. There are people that are stifling us. And, I won't say names, but it's not just this big bad, oogie movie monster bear. There are human beings that are running these companies, and they are the ones. There are people, human beings. You can guess what they look like, and they are not willing to be malleable and take risks in the same way. And even as a business person, I understand that, you don't always want to take risks. And I can tell you that, some of the best things that I've ever done, some of the highest returns on investments were those risks. And, when you have community, you can't lose.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like community building, that's the art of filmmaking right here. So I want to know a little bit more about you with your role as a filmmaker. You screenwrite and you a producer. Yeah, it
Yeah.
just screamed producer when I first seen you, because you absolutely look like you gonna get the shit done. You gonna get it done. Make sure it's produced and come out right. So let me ask, like, do you prefer one over the other, whether it's screenwriting or producing, or what is it?
Question, I moved to LA
Mm-hmm.
wanting to be a screenwriter. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to write my stories and my movies. And now look at everything that God has called me to do. He always has way more in plan for you. But yes, I prefer screenwriting. But that, when I say I don't want to be front facing and all of that, like, obviously I do it. I don't hate it. It's fine. But where I am truly just overjoyed, locked in, like in my flow state, what we call, right? As a, taken enough physics, psychological courses, whatever. In my flow state, I'm writing a movie. I lose complete track of time when I'm writing. I lose complete understanding of reality when I'm writing. And it's my favorite place to be when I'm writing. So I think at my core, I'm a screenwriter, but God has some steps for me in these last few years, and I'm taking those steps. But I know it'll all pay off for me to write even more beautiful stories.
Yeah, because you've so I see here from what I'm grasping at when it comes to screenwriting, what you really love is that it's truly your voice and you that's being put onto the paper and that you're able to showcase to the world and be able to be produced. Is that what I'm grasping right?
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't even think of it as me. It's like a whole different dimension, and
Mhm,
yes, it's me, but I feel like it's an out of body experience. I'm just creating these characters, and I'm
mhm,
like God in a way, and creating this universe on this paper. But like, I feel like I'm in complete surrender as well. Like whatever goes, goes. I think that's why it's so hard to share my scripts because I'm like, you don't get it. Get it? You weren't there when I but no, it's obviously important, and I have shared my scripts before. But yeah, I'm definitely a screenwriter
mhm,
in every sense of the term, and it's so much fun. It's so much more difficult than writing a novel to me than writing and all of it is difficult. But screenwriting is such a specific skill set.
mhm,
There's so many like things that you have to do and not do, and ways you have to tell the story and not tell the story. Shooting script is different from a screenplay. It's different
mhm.
from your storyboarding. It's different from your outline. Yeah, and there is a quote that I read recently about how your story dies so many times and then it's resuscitated essentially.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's like it's in here and then it dies on the paper and then it comes to life again and then it dies again. And at some point, eventually, like a lot of it dies because the studio execs are like, this doesn't make sense. Of course, it doesn't make sense to you. You weren't there. But yeah, I'm excited about the movies I'm writing. Ugh, I get so happy about my stuff. But yeah, I've written some TV shows and movies, and I'm excited for everyone to watch them.
Yes, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. You're definitely going to be seeing more of this lady's projects on both the big screen and on the small screen because I see them both. So yeah, I say you prefer more so. You're more of a movie woman than more so than TV. I assume, correct?
Huh, I've never compared the 2, right? It's like my at is what we watch film and TV. I don't know, no, I can't pick a favorite child. I love both, but I guess I do always talk about the power of film. TV is a different dedication, it requires a different muscle, right? And it's changed a lot. Movies have changed a lot, but with streaming, the experience that we have with television is so different now, right? If you ever think about it, question, when you watch a show, it's a completely different experience when you binge it versus when you watch it week to week. And
Completely different.
it's completely different, and you can't really gauge what you're gonna get each time. Recently, The Bear decided to do, full releases of episodes or seasons, and I was like,
Yeah.
I I really liked just, like, having a week to talk about it, and it affects my bottom line is, and just, like, how I manage what we watch, but that's like last resort type of, like, look at it. I just like, "Damn, I really like to sit with episodes," but now I know I can just go click to the next one. TV used to be, "Hey, we all gotta be here at 7 PM, because this show's coming on."
Yeah.
It's just not like that anymore. It can be, but it's not.
There's like
That's why I
very rare
like
shows that can. I feel.
yeah, network television still exists.
Hmm.
So it's still there, but even network television shows are available on streaming services, which is cool, right? Because now you can have watch parties and you can watch it whenever you want. You ain't gotta watch it at the certain time and miss it. But Scandal being one of the pioneers in bringing people together to talk about TV online, there's something to that. Like, oh my
Hmm.
gosh, y'all, let's watch it together at this time, and then we have to wait a whole 7 days to watch the next one. So I'm talking about this show for 7 days.
Hmm.
And then, oh my gosh, I can't wait to find the next episode. Now it's like, hey, what episode are you on? Question. I'm on 3. Okay, you're on 2. Okay, well, we'll wait. And then the conversation's dead there because I don't want to say anything to ruin it, right?
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah, I feel like there's very few shows that still have that feeling like to where everybody wants to gather and be like, let's talk about this episode. To me, one of my favorite shows I feel kind of have a little bit of bias is the Power Universe shows. I feel like that's one of the, I feel like,
Well,
everybody be
all of
gathering
those
together
too.
for those shows.
50 Cent is a cancer like me. I am the
Me too.
female 50 Cent. I'm a business mogul, icon. I hope to work with 50 one day in the film and television world. Man, Power, I had a great time.
Man.
It was a little bit before I built what we watch. But yeah, it's kind of why but I'm like, man, because Power Book 2 was coming out by the time I built it, I think too. Yeah, it's like Power was ending.
Hmm.
And a friend of mine is actually watching Power right now for the first time.
So
My
lucky.
favorite show to talk about, one of my most successful, right, just like based on listeners and viewers and downloads, my most successful shows for what we watch, the Digital Weekly show, were with Succession and Insecure.
Okay, I can see that. I totally see that.
People loved to talk to what we watch about Succession and Insecure. Boy, we would be there in there for hours. Hours. So yeah.
Let's have some fun before we wrap up, man. A little quick lightning round, I'd say. So
Oh my
let's go
goodness.
ahead. So yeah, let's go ahead. We were talking about Bong Joon-ho and Parasite essentially being your favorite film and like the catalyst that like essentially put you onto a path of filmmaking. So who is exactly your favorite director? Is it Bong Joon-ho or is it somebody else?
I'm between Bong Joon-ho and Park Chan-wook.
Okay. I like that. We like that. What would you say is a particular underrated film that is your favorite?
I gotta add Ryan Coogler. And you know who's a really good director that y'all sleep on? Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, I like his work so far. I like his work as a director. He definitely has promise.
He's a great director. Underrated film that y'all sleep on. Man, I don't man, why this can't be rapid fire. There's so many. Uh Y'all slept on Babylon. Y'all slept on well, you're not sleeping on Love Brooklyn, but Love Brooklyn is not getting its thing enough. I think it's a newer one. Um Man, what else did y'all sleep on? Y'all slept on Tragedy of Macbeth with Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
True tragedy is that y'all didn't watch it in theaters. And I don't know if these are underrated. I don't know. I just movies that I get upset about that people really didn't like. I'm like, you would have loved this, right?
Mhm.
I can go way, way back. I love Superbad, by the way. It's not underrated though. I think it's properly rated. Uh, a lot of animated movies are underrated. So yeah.
Yeah,
I can name 'em.
I agree with you on the animated part because a lot of people look at it
Don't sleep, don't
like
sleep.
it's a whole genre. It's like animation is not a genre. It is a medium for use for storytelling.
Thank you.
Like,
Question? Who is writing these stories? They're your age, if not older.
exactly. Like with Pixar at its peak is that it's like, yes, they are movies like necessarily designed for kids, but for adults to understand. They're more so like I'd say like The Incredibles more so lean towards adults, but it has like those kid aspects to where kids can relate.
Watch that movie all the time.
Hmm.
The Incredibles is 20 years old. You watch that movie, you don't believe that it was 20 years ago that this movie came out.
Man,
20.
especially man, the animation behind that, especially it was a game changer.
I
It
love The
still stands the test
Incredibles.
of time.
Utopia, fire. Y'all slept. Emperor's New Groove, fire. Everyone, I think, but yeah,
I say
yeah,
people
that
slept
that's
on
fire.
Soul.
Did people sleep on Soul?
Yeah, I feel
I
like
feel
people
like
slept on
Soul
Soul.
did they? Okay, yeah, y'all slept on Soul.
Yeah.
That came out during the pandemic-ish, right? 2020, I believe.
Yeah, it came out because that's when the streaming service was doing day and date releases.
Yes, I remember. Damn, I'm telling you, man, this industry is wild. We're trying everything out here.
Man, they learned real quick.
I guess my lens is that everyone was watching it because I was able to have conversations about Soul and I saw all the jokes. It was really good. But you're right, people probably kind of did sleep. What's your underrated movie? Gosh, it's so rough.
Man, underrated, man.
See, you asking me, huh?
Man, underrated is kind of tough, man. I'll say something that's underappreciated that a lot of people should check out. Like I'll say recently I saw The Threesome. Wild title for surely. They kind of messed themselves up from a marketing perspective, but it's a really good and interesting film. It's deeper than what you would think it is. So I
The threesome.
definitely
Okay,
say
I'm into
that
that.
one.
Okay, I'm into that. The threesome.
Yeah, there's this other movie, I think it came out a year or two ago, starring Kristen Stewart, Love Lies Bleeding. I really
Okay.
enjoyed that film. Heavily,
I don't
really,
think
really like that one. Let me see. Ooh, I'll go to some. You'll know this one. One Cut from the Dead. One Cut from the Dead, man. I
what is
thoroughly.
that one?
It's kind of like a mockumentary style, like it's a zombie movie, but it's funny. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I've watched it, but I think I know what you're talking about. The mockumentary zombie. I've watched almost every zombie movie, so it's impossible for me to not have seen it. What year did it come out? Probably like 10 years ago, or like a
something
little bit
along those lines. And I
10
was
years ago.
introduced to it during undergrad years for surely, and I was just like,
Yeah. You know who also people be sleep on? Michaela Coel.
mm-hmm. I agree.
Chewing Gum. What is her my favorite HBO movie? HBO show. What's it called? My goodness. What's the one where, it's British and about her trauma? My gosh. What is the name of that TV show? Chewing Gum. She was in that Black Black something.
Black Earth
What
Rising.
is Black Earth Rising? Of that. Y'all slept on that. It's not a movie, but what is it? What is it? Where are the things what may go wrong? What is Michaela Coel's? Uh, what that is so crazy.
On her IMDb page, trying to see now. Looking for you.
I may destroy you. Thank you,
Okay,
Jesus.
got you.
So good. Y'all slept on Rye Lane with David Johnson. Now that David Johnson is in The Long Walk.
Well, I just watched it and loved that movie.
Okay, he was in Alien Romulus as well. He's literally an icon and a star.
Mhm.
Y'all should watch Rye Lane. It's this beautiful black rom-com. More black rom-coms, please.
Okay, real quick, and then give me your favorite actor and actress.
Favorite actress right now. Again, I'm telling you, favorites just change. My favorite actress right now is Nicole Behari. Y'all sleep, but I think she's okay with that. I think she's truly an artist. Nicole Behar is my favorite actress, and Kate Blanchett, love her. Tar is one of my favorite movies all time, also. And then my favorite actor, Sterling K. Brown, Jeffrey Wright, Denzel Washington. Yeah, David Johnson is creeping up. I like to get my upcoming people, my people that are working hard. I also really like Io Adebri.
Iowa DeBerry, yeah. Oh,
I used to say Adebiri, but I think it's Adebri. I don't know.
okay.
Adebri, I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, she cooks. I also really enjoy now that I've watched The Smashing Machine. Sounds kind of cliche. I really enjoyed John Cena. I really enjoyed Dave Bautista. Shout out to all the wrestlers turned actors.
you
I
enjoying
told you, I'm
Peacemaker?
telling you, all roads lead to film. I'm trying to tell you. Huh?
I said, were you enjoying Peacemaker?
Peacemaker, are you kidding? Shout out to Danielle Brooks, man. Had the pleasure of seeing Danielle Brooks on TV and in film and on Broadway for the piano lesson next to Samuel L. Jackson and John David Washington. Icon.
Yeah, I'm a big, outside, the regulars, Denzel, Leo's my guy. I'm a huge Coleman Domingo guy. Javier
He's
Bardem, there's nothing I've seen him do.
so sexy.
He delivers every single time.
Did you watch, was it F1?
But yeah, I
Yeah,
love F1. Yeah.
yeah.
F1 is
What a great
amazing.
time. I watched that 3 times. I don't know why I ended up watching that movie 3 times, but it's great. It's even better, which means it's a great movie.
Yeah, I've seen it like 4 different times, I wanna say, because I wanted to watch it in different formats. So I watched it like 40X the first time, did an IMAX screening of it, and then I did Screen X as well.
You know ball. I did 40X twice though. I just had so much fun. And then I watched it standard and it was still great. And I'm like, that's how you know it's great. Cause I was like, man, I'm gonna miss the 40X, but no, I didn't need it. It was perfect either way. Shout out to Brad Pitt as an actor, man. He's it just but yeah, y'all you need to tap into more Nicole Behari, those of you watching and listening.
Absolutely.
Nicole Behari,
And her
my girl.
yeah, it seems like a lot more people like I've been seeing people ride for her for years now, her as an actress. Like people
Yes.
want to see her shine and now with Love Brooklyn and her fanfare is starting to come back up again. It's like, yo, just
She's
let her be
never,
a
ever,
star.
ever not cooked. It don't matter. Like, you know how, as screenwriters, we say, like, I want to write a part for, like, I don't even feel like I have to write a part for her.
Hmm.
She can do anything, So I'm
Exactly.
just like, if I have someone here, she can do it.
Hmm.
And, I can't wait to work with her. Oh, what an honor. She's
Absolutely.
sick. She's sick. She's so good at her job. Yeah.
Yeah, and before we wrap, man, is there anything else you'd like to say or give out to the audience? Whether, any particular advice, words of wisdom for people that are like pursuing filmmaking or just want to express their love of film and join the film community as a whole?
Yeah, first of all, come to my film festival. It's very important that you do that. It's not for me, it's for the filmmakers. And I create a very powerful platform. If you're trying to make a movie, do it. Get everyone on board, leverage your community, ask for help. I'm really talking to myself as well. It's very hard to ask for help.
Hmm.
And I acknowledge that. Face your dark places. Don't be afraid of them. It's a little uncomfortable and scary, but we love a horror film. So just kind of look at it like that. What else? Make sure you download the app. Make sure, if we can get a QR code on the screen, I'll
Hmm.
share that with you. And you can sign up to be first grandfathered into this extremely large, powerful platform that we're building. And I think I'll leave you with this. always have gratitude. I have a practice every day where write down at least one thing I'm grateful for, and I generally end up writing 4 or 5 things. But this industry will drive you insane. It will make you want to have a UFO come take you off the planet or just go swim as far deep in the ocean as you can. But if you remember what you are grateful for and that you are able to have these ideas and these passions and this thing burning inside of you, always feed it and just be grateful for that. And you'll never stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was wonderful, very beautiful, man. Miss Monique Henry, everybody, aka Miss Peacherino, man. She was here on the Fish Reel with your boy, the Fish Flicks, today. It was an absolute
Fish
honor and
flicks.
privilege to have her along with me for this conversation that was absolutely long overdue. Thank you so much for this, ma'am. I really do appreciate it. I love this today. And make sure, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put into the bio where to find her on every single social media platform, including the YouTube page as well, man. Be on the lookout
And
for her, man. Go ahead.
my website will lead you everywhere. What we watched.
Absolutely, man. We're gonna have the link to whatwewatch.net in the bio, man. So go ahead, give it a check out, man. But that is all for the Fish Reel today, man. This is Miss Monique Henry, man. That is your boy Questin, the Fish Flicks, man. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your days and stay on top of your film game. I'll talk to you soon.